Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. We don't have a guest today. It's just going to be you and me. Oh, and I see there's people logging in. Comment. Let me know if you can hear me, guys. I am assuming you can because I have the same setup that I've been using these past few lives. So hopefully you can hear me. There's no issues. But comment and let me know that you are able to hear me. So yeah, guys, we are 1 week away from the half marathon from Philadelphia Half. I am super excited, um, but I really don't know what to expect. It's a hilly half marathon, and I haven't run on hilly, like on a hilly terrain in a while. I want to say, wow, I want to say 6 months. So it's going to be interesting, to say the least, to see how things how I'm able to perform on the course. So, and we are one of the things I wanted to talk about is we are going to have a meetup, and the meetup is going to be, if you're familiar with Philadelphia and where the whole where things start, we are going to meet by the Rodin statue. So the race starts Saturday, November 18th at 7 a.m. I think I'm aiming for like a 6:15, 6:30 meetup at the Rodin statue. So it's right there on the Benjamin Franklin Parkway. So it's right there. If you're not familiar with Philadelphia, if you ask anybody, they'll be able to point you in the right direction, and it's right there. So yeah, last year when I ran Philadelphia Marathon with my brother, the lines to go through security were insane, like very, very long. So hopefully they're not as long this year, but we shall see. Last year they were like patting everybody with a wand, which the marathon was 33,000 people. So it's a lot of people to pat, although they have different entrances into the area where you kind of hang out. So we have a lot of people, guys. This is so awesome. Thank you for joining. I'm so excited. Let me know in the comments below if you can hear me because I don't see any comments. So, yeah, let me know, guys. Let me know what you guys are running this weekend. Like what are you planning on running this weekend? Either a race or, like what's your plan? So I ran 3.1 miles this morning. So I was gonna run more, but I'm kind of not following any plans right now. So it's interesting because I don't feel compelled to really doing anything other than running and having fun running. So I am doing interval training. So typically, what I've been doing is Tuesdays I've been doing intervals, short intervals. And then either Thursday or Friday, I've been doing a longer run, kind of picking up the pace during the run and trying to get as close as I've been able to like a 9, 9, 10, which is in theory, that's my pace, like potential half marathon pace, given my threshold. So I've been using, do I have it here? Yes. I've been using this, the Polar chest strap. Hi, Carol. Carol is one of my Patreons. Thank you for joining. What did you run today? Did you go out for a run? Or are you doing your long run tomorrow? And so, yeah, I've been wearing this and kind of to control my heart rate and see where I'm at because I don't think the Garmin is always accurate. So, and this is accurate. And when you wear this, one of the advantages is that it tells you your threshold pace. So when you hit threshold, the Polar chest strap should be able to tell you that you reached it. So this has been saying my threshold pace is 8:57. So if it's 8:57, I should be able, that's like a 10K pace. So I should be able to run a half marathon in 9:10, 9:05. I'm guessing. I'm gonna guess, but who knows? Who knows? Nobody knows anything. I don't think, I think the human body is um, unpredictable. So depending on the day, which we're going to talk about weather predictions in a minute. So Carol's saying a run today, maybe a walk this afternoon, and long run should be tomorrow. Okay, cool. How many are you running? I think I'm gonna do an hour and a half, which should be 9 miles. Yeah, 8 or 9 miles. That's my guess as to what I'm gonna run tomorrow. I want to put some miles in there again at like half marathon pace, quote unquote, like a 9:10. We'll see. I ran yesterday with my friend. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I ran yesterday with Ginger. I hadn't run with her in a long time. I think probably 4 months. It's way too long. So we were gonna run only an hour, but we were talking, and as we were talking, we missed the. So we ran on the towpath, and when we were running, we missed the turn point. So we ended up running like an hour and 20 minutes or something yesterday. So it was nice. I mean, we were chatting, and it's just great to have company for a change. So yeah, we talked about a meetup at the Philadelphia Marathon, Philadelphia Half on Saturday. It's going to be either at 6:15 or 6:30, something like that. And I will post about that here on the channel. I'll post on social media as well, on Instagram. I'll mention it everywhere. So um, and then the weather has been saying actually perfect for perfect weather for a race. It's going to be kind of not like overcast a little bit, like clouds and sun, kind of that kind of weather. And it's going to be 55 by the time we finish. So it's going to be in between 47 and like 55 degrees, which is perfect. In my opinion, that's perfect. So I don't know you guys, for you guys watching, what's your perfect temperature for a race? Oh, so Carol is saying her plan is to run 14 miles, but she may cut it short if the rain is heavy. Right. I don't know if we're getting rain here tomorrow. It's super sunny today. I mean, we've had a few very cloudy days in which, you go out for a run and it's like everything is gray, and but today is sunny, and it was sunny this morning when I ran. It's beautiful. It's chillier than it's been though. So it's been warmer but overcast, and then today is colder but sunny. So that's nice. But it might, fall is usually rainy here in Pennsylvania, so it might rain tomorrow. It hasn't rained in a while. It's been like it's been what I consider humid. Like you can tell there's kind of water in suspension in the air, but it hasn't really rained. So so yeah, who is running Philadelphia? Is anybody watching running Philadelphia? Either the half of the pool. I've been getting a lot of messages, especially on Instagram, people saying they were running it. So I don't know if anybody's running it who might be watching. Such a great race. This is the first time in a few years that they sell out. Like usually Philadelphia, I think they have they can put on the course. So every course is different. Like New York City, I think it accepts 52,000 runners. Like their permit from the city of New York is for like 52,000 runners. In Philadelphia, their permit is, I think, is 35,000 runners, and they never reach 35,000. If it's not 35, it's like 33,000. It's over 30 for both the half and the full. They sold out both. So, so in theory, there's like close to 35,000 people running each race. So it's that's a lot of people. And they sold out way in advance. Like last year I signed up with my brother, but you can sign up usually. Historically, you've been able to sign up for the Philadelphia half and the full 2 or 3 days in advance. So So it's awesome that they are sold out. It's awesome for them. I mean, it's a great organization. They've been doing it. I think this is their, actually, that might be the reason why they're sold out. I think it's an anniversary year. Maybe their 60th? I'm not sure. Or their 40th? It can't be their 60th. It's got to be their 40th. Yeah, I have to check that out. I think it's an anniversary year. So, usually the t shirts are more, the design is more involved. The metals tend to be nicer. Although maybe, let me think about this. Um, yeah, last year was not an anniversary. Oh, so I am way off because I have the one from when I ran it the first time, which was 2018, and that was the 25th anniversary. So being 2023, it would be the 30th. So it's the 30th anniversary of the race. Yeah. It's been running 30 years. So that's probably why they sold out, because it's at the 30th anniversary. So so yeah, you guys. And how many of you, nobody other than Carol, my friend Carol, no one else is talking or typing, I should say. How many of you are doing Dopey? I want to know. Carol is doing Goofy, and we are running the half and the full together if nothing changes and she doesn't dump me. Our plan is to run together, run both together. So we're gonna run the half. Um, well, the plan, again, any plan can change, but the plan is to run the half stopping in all the character stops. And we'll see, because we submitted proof of time. So if they put us in a good corral, we should be able to do that. So we should be able to run and then stop at each character stop. Something that last year, I was super jealous. I had a couple friends who did it last year, and I was very jealous. So yeah. So I hope we can do it this year. And then for the marathon, we're just going to run. Hopefully Carol gets a PR. I would love to get a PR, but that's going to be, I think Carol is in PR shape. So that would be nice. So the crowd is very quiet today, which surprises me because usually there's a lot of chit-chatting going on. So I wanted to show you, the other day I did an unboxing. The words were not coming to me. I received a bunch of stuff from this company. It's called Fanka, and I didn't know the brand at all. So when they contacted me, I get a lot of email, fortunately, and it's all because of you guys. Because if I didn't have an audience, nobody would email me anything. But they contacted me and they said, "Hey, take a look at our clothing and just pick a couple pieces, and we'll send them to you, and maybe you can do an unboxing." And so I did post an unboxing on TikTok because it was a long unboxing, and I don't know for what reason. Instagram only allows for 60 seconds, I think, and YouTube only allows for 60 seconds. Um, so it ended up being close to 3, so I could only post it on TikTok. So it's there in case you guys are curious. But the clothes they sent me, oh my goodness, I've never owned anything this nice. I think these clothes are, and I have ran on the leggings. They sent me these really nice leggings. I think I'm gonna wear them for Philadelphia. But look at these running skirt. It's like so nice, and it has like underneath shorts, and they have a pocket somewhere. I don't know which size they have a pocket. I think it's on the right. So they're super nice. And then they sent me a dress that's this color. I haven't run on the rest of it. Like, for some reason, when I was picking things, I felt really drawn to their more like summery stuff, and I'm not going to be able to wear any of these till God knows when. But then they sent me these, which is like, this is like really interesting. This goes like this. I mean, when you put it on, it looks super sharp. But if you see it here, it looks weird but it's just really nice. And then this, I haven't run in this either. It has the arm warmers attached to it. I might wear these for Philadelphia as well. I might wear these with the leggings they sent me. So yeah, I'll do a try on for the channel, just because I think that they're really nice clothes, guys. And if I'll put the code below, they gave me a coupon code. I don't get anything out of you guys buying it, but if you use the code, you get 12% off. So, and it's Suzie with a Z, Suzie 12. And then Jess, hi Jess. She's saying, I'm training for Houston Marathon. I knew this. January 16th. Training hasn't been great due to an injury I'm finally recovering from. Had a good 15 miler today. That's awesome because 15 milers, that's about when, well, it could get challenging before that. Let's face it. But 15 miler, I feel is like if you can do a 15 miler, you can do 20 miles. There's something magical about the 15 miler. Just done with shower and now watching. Very good. Have you run Houston Marathon before? I've heard great things actually about Houston Marathon. A lot of people use it to qualify for Boston, Houston Marathon. So it's got to be pretty flat. And if it's in January, the weather's going to hold. Like it's going to be nice temperatures. Are these tops for running, specifically the blue one? They look fancy. So you definitely need to wear. So here's the thing. They're not specifically for running. They're fitness clothes. So this one, for example, I tried it on. This is the dress. This dress I'm gonna use for running 100%. It has a really nice. Sorry about for the guys because this is probably not that interesting, but it has the padding for your chest. You can totally run with this one. It has enough support here that you can like run with the dress 100%. These you obviously need to wear a bra underneath this. You can't, there's no support on this one. But these, to me, this is made for runners because who else is going to have like a arm warmer with a thumb hole? I mean, you can even do this. There's a button right there. You can even detach this and just use this as an arm warmers. I have black arm warmers. You can use these. But yeah, this is super, super soft. And I actually posted pictures. I think you saw this, Carol, with these on top of this, which is the way that it's supposed to. So on the website, if you go to their website, you're going to see these styled, like these on top of these one. And with these skirt underneath. So it's really cute, but you need to wear a bra underneath and you could totally run in these. They are high. Let me see, actually. Okay, I promise it's the last time I disappeared from camera. It's 78 polymate, 22% elastane. So definitely you can, this is wicked. It wicks moisture. They are super soft. I've never owned anything this soft, guys. I mean, I have, but not for running. These are a substantial upgrade to anything I own. Like really. And the leggings are, oh my God. Like they're in the wash right now because I ran on them twice. The leggings are amazing. Not only they're like comfortable, they make you look like $1 million. If you know what I mean, like they make my legs look, I don't know, like leaner. Not necessarily, they're not compression, so they don't, like make you look thinner. But even on camera, like they looked on me, like when I was looking at myself in the mirror as I was leaving the house, I was like, oh wow, they make me look like, like it smooths out it makes your muscles pop. So, and then I was filming with a camera, and for my Patreons, you guys have seen that video already. It's just like, at least for me, it's noticeable. It's just like you can see it's really cool. Those leggings are amazing, and they're known for the leggings. Like when they emailed me, they said just pick a couple leggings. I was like, yeah, well, I also like these other things, can I? So Okay, yes, it's wonderful. Like how, I think we were talking about Houston. Do the leggings have pockets? The leggings, and my leggings are there in the you know laundry basket. These ones that I got have one pocket on one side, and it's a big pocket. So you can put your phone. I mean, it's a large size pocket, and it's nice because when you put sometimes you put things on your pockets and they kind of bulk up a lot. This one keeps things like very, I don't know, like my phone. Like if you look at the video that I uploaded already on, that you guys have seen on Patreon, the one that goes live on Monday, you will see, like you can tell it wears I have something in the pocket. It was my phone. And my phone is bulky because I have one of those cases that because I use it all the time to film myself. I have like one of those super duper cases, so it's kind of thick. And then I have the thing in the back so I can take selfies. The wheel in the back. So it's kind of bulky. And it was again, I was very impressed with the leggings. Very impressed. Now I bought those other ones, um, the blue ones, the ones with the 5 pockets. Those are really nice too, and the price is not the same price. So I mean, if you are, I think everybody should own a pair of leggings that you feel like $1,000,000 in. Personally, I think you always should have something that for that one day that you're not feeling, maybe you put them on and you feel a lot more. And for guys, it's the same thing, like that something that gives you an oomph, so that you feel good in. So those leggings are the leggings that when I put them on, I feel really good in. The blue ones that I bought at Amazon, they were 17.99, which is a steal, and they have 5 pockets. I have worn those a lot in the last 2 weeks since I got them. They're very comfortable, very, very comfortable. They just don't make your legs look the same, but they're very comfortable. So I could definitely see myself running a marathon in them because they have so many pockets. You can put your gels in one, like you can distribute things, and you don't have to wear a belt. Like definitely with those leggings with the 5 pockets, you don't have to wear it. And also they're in the laundry basket because I used them to run this morning, so I can't show them to you guys. I should have planned this ahead, done laundry, and then show you everything. But yeah, those leggings are, I highly recommend them. I mean, just because they're so practical. They're pretty soft. They're like, but it's just not the same. I don't know if it's exactly the same. I mean, I'm not an expert in like textures and materials and stuff like that, but everything we can buy is like polyamide and elastane, usually a combination of those, but it's the way that it's woven that makes it look high end or not, and also the quality, obviously, of the material itself, of the thread. So, and I lost my train of thought. So they are both really nice, but again, these ones, the leggings from Fancat, they are just. Do you follow? If you guys know who Carleth Keys is, like she wears these shorts that are I mean, she has the body of, I mean, a goddess. She has the body, like truly, she has a really beautiful body. But she wears these shorts, and I always wondered what material are those shorts. Those shorts, I bet you, are the same as those leggings that I got from Fanka because they feel very like thin, but when you put them on, they're not. They don't feel thin. They're just like a second skin on your leg. It's really nice. So. Joe, you're doing Philadelphia Marathon. Very nice. So I'm gonna miss you because I'm gonna be the day before. When are you gonna go get your bib? I'm gonna go Friday. Obviously, I don't have any other day because they don't open Thursday. The only day I can pick up my bib is Friday. So, so if you're around on Friday, I'm gonna go late. I'm going with my friend Lynn, um, and we're gonna go late. So she can't be there till like 7. I don't think I can make it there till 7, and they close at 9. So yeah. So if you're around on the expo on Friday, I might see you. Hola, hermanita. My brother's in the house. Woo, woo, woo. My brother and I ran Philadelphia last year marathon, and we froze our butts off. Like that was quite the experience. I've never been that cold in my life. Like, it was so miserable, guys. We had, I think the max temperature was 16 Fahrenheit, and we had 30 miles per hour winds. It was insane how cold. I mean, I don't even. And then I saw on Instagram a lot of people PR'd on that race. So definitely, if you're in good shape, you can do it. I don't think the weather impacts performance so much. It does, but I think if you're in good shape, it doesn't impact you as much. I think if you're not well trained, then it impacts you a lot. No, 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 no. I'm running the half, Jess. I'm running the half marathon. The half marathon is Saturday, which is the day of my birthday. Last year, I ran the full marathon with my brother. He came specially from Spain to run the Philadelphia Marathon. We ran it together. But now this year, I'm running the half. I don't have it in me to run another marathon. I would have run New York City because New York City, you can't say no to New York City. So if I had been able to get a bib, I would have run it, probably walking a lot of it and taking it easy. So, but right now, I don't think I could do a marathon for time right now. I think I think my brain could explode too. Marathons are so hard. It's double the distance from a half, but really in terms of effort, it's like three times the effort or four times the effort. They're so ah, they're grueling and your mind and they put your body through so much. Yep. So when I was so I did that video. I wanted to get and yes, you agree with me. They are, but you're gonna do fantastic in Houston because you still have time to train and you're gonna be so well trained. You're gonna do fantastic. And the weather in Houston is pretty predictable. So yeah, you're not gonna have these, because Philadelphia. The thing is, like this weekend, it's supposed to be kind of nicer, but last year it was miserable. So you never know. That's the thing. In the Northeast, you never know. And even New York City Marathon, it was good weather for running, but it could have been miserable. So I was saying, if I had gotten, I really wanted to get a bib to run New York City Marathon. I didn't. And I was kind of bummed. But then when I was there, this was a funny thing that happened. When I was there cheering, I lost all my interest in run. I was even thinking, I'm so glad I'm not running this. Like it just hit me like that. I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad I'm not running. Because so the places where I cheered on my friend Lynn were purposeful. And I went there because at those spots, they're hard. So the problem with New York City Marathon is that the second half is a lot harder than the first half. Once you go through the Queensboro Bridge, which it starts at mile 15.5 and it doesn't end till like almost mile 17. It's freaking long, high, tall. There's no spectators, so it's like super quiet. You just hear your feet stomping on the ground, and it's grueling. So you have to be like really mental. You could go through like that could be it's a hard spot for a lot of people, the bridge. So I was waiting for Lynn right at the bottom of the bridge as you start running on First Avenue. First Avenue is pretty much all uphill. So it's just the second half is so hard. And I was, I was there looking at people filming. And also, I didn't film everything because I was there probably waiting for her for maybe 45 minutes till she appeared. So in those 45 minutes, obviously I wasn't filming all the time. I was like, put the camera down, film maybe a couple minutes, and then put it down. And I could see the faces of the runners. And I felt for them because a lot of people were already struggling, which I'm sure I was already struggling when I ran it in 2021. I was already struggling right after the bridge. So I was looking at their face and I was like, my God, what humans do to themselves. It's just, and then at that point, I was like, I'm so glad I'm not running because I wasn't prepared. It's a very hard marathon. and I think I would have walked a lot, and it's just, yeah. So when I was looking at people running, I kind of changed my mind. I was like, maybe it was a blessing in disguise that I didn't get it. Again, it's a beautiful. It's to me, it's the marathon, but it's a very hard marathon. So I don't know if you guys, has anybody run it? Anybody watching run New York City Marathon? Did anybody run it last week? I'd be curious. It was a beautiful day for marathon. I mean, it was when I ran it in 2021. It was a nice day too. Yeah, I have my medal here. I have them. This rack I have here, I should have not bought this rack because it's one of those that you have to put it's like this and you put your medals like this. And then if you want to get to the middle here, you have to get all the other medals out. So I much rather have one like this. Let me see if I can show you like this one, because you can just take one, every one of them has a hook. And I actually have two, I think, on some of them. No, I have one on each. So it's much easier because if you want to take one out, you just stick it. Whereas that one is a lot more inconvenient. Yeah. And when I started running, I actually got that one. I put it on a wish list for Christmas. And I thought, this should be enough. And it was definitely way too small because it only fits 4 medals. And then I started running a lot of races. So I ran out of space really quickly. And once I do Dopey, I'm going to need definitely another rack. So, because they give you 6 medals. And I don't have space for them. So I'm thinking that one there that has space for 8, I'm going to see if I can fit 9, and I'll fit the 6 from Dopey plus the half marathon and marathon from last year in Disney and the marathon from the year before there, the half 9 if I can. And then here, I don't know, because then it doesn't, I'm going to need an extra rack. So it's a good thing. I'll put it on the wish list for Christmas. See, that's something I recommend you guys do. Like I have a list of things with links to Amazon. So then when my birthday rolls around or Christmas rolls around, Mother's Day, then I'm like, okay, bing! What do I want? I want this. I go to my wish list. I just send the link of what I need of it. Because sometimes you put things on your wish list that you can wait to get, you can get them at a later time. And other things you need more now. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm kind of physically conservative. And I tend to, like think about splurges when it's gift giving time. So if I need something that maybe I wouldn't buy otherwise, that's when I put it on my list at that point. So do I need another rack? Not necessarily, but I'm going to get one and I'll get it for Christmas and I'll tell my in-laws to get it. I'm thinking about one of those super big, long ones because I have space here. So I'm thinking I could just like expand like till here, maybe get one of those super big ones and then move this one. Just get this, put it in some other wall. I have a lot of walls in this room. So I could totally do that. And if you guys haven't watched my other channel, it's I Run Things 2, number 2. I started that channel a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but like a year and a half ago. When I was traveling for my other job and I was posting a lot of content around like hotel reviews and like walkthroughs of like hotel bedrooms and things like that. But now I don't have that job anymore. I'm not traveling. So not only that, I just, changed like kind of what I want to do with it. So there's going to be lifestyle content on that one. The gentleman watching this might not be interested in that, but I'm hoping that females watching and gentlemen, if you want to, we'll have you. But I just, I don't know if I'm like showing you my jeans if that is interesting to guys. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know if that is something that interests a lot of you. But if it does, I'll have you. I appreciate you even more because you're there too. So, but yeah, if you Google, if not if you Google, if you go on YouTube and you put I run things too, the number two, my channel should pop up. So, so I changed it. It was called. I went through different iterations. Naming your channel is probably the hardest thing to do. I think that's the number one reason why people use their own names. They have like first name and last name. It's because it's very hard to come with something that captures the essence of the YouTube channel. So at first, I called it the Travel Bug, BUG bug. And a friend of mine, actually the friend that made my intro for the channel, which I've had forever, he made that intro for me when I started my channel. Um, he messaged me because I sent him the link to get his expert opinion because I trust his, you know, I trust him. So, and he said, it looks good, but there's so many travel bugs on YouTube. And I was like, oh, I didn't check that. And he was like, well, I do write travel bug and there's like 20 of them or more. I mean, it's just forever. So I was like, oh, shoot, I'm going to have to change the name. And I like that name. Okay. So then I was like, okay, I'll call it Itchy Feet because when you have itchy feet, you want to travel a lot. Which, if you Google itchy feet, you find a lot of stuff. So then I was like, I don't know that I want people Googling itchy feet and finding all these other pictures of feet with problems. So, so then I put the channel on hold. I think the last time I uploaded anything was like 7 months ago. And even then, it was a video that I had already filmed. It wasn't edited. So I edited it and uploaded it. So if you see that video, I have like short hair and now my hair is super long. So my hair was here. So I probably filmed it like last year, May last year or something. And then I edited it and uploaded it, I think in April this year. So it took me a while to upload that. And now I'm going to be uploading content very often. So there's going to be 2 videos on that channel. One of them is going to be a lifestyle vlog. So anything that doesn't not appear on the running weekly vlog will be on the lifestyle vlog. So if you feel like you want to see more stuff on top of my running, how my running is going, it will be on I Run Things Too. So that's kind of the idea. Because I think a lot of people, when I do my running vlogs, and you can tell me guys, like I can ask you right here. I think a lot of people are just interested in the running portion of the vlogs. They don't want to see me going to work or, I don't know, or going in and out of the car, going shopping, all that stuff that sometimes I would put on my running vlogs. Um, but you guys let me know. Do you like that when I'm doing like the running vlogs, seeing all the other stuff? I don't know. I tend to think the truth is when I see on YouTube on the back end, you can see when people are clicking off and people stay. So it's not like people click off in those areas. It's funny because the only part where people really click off is when I'm exercising. Like when I'm doing like, I don't know, lifting weights or doing squats, people click off so quickly. It's like you guys are not you guys, but in general, I'm not saying, the people who are watching right now. But in general, that's what the data captures. That people skip that and go to the rest of the video. But people stay for if I'm talking to the camera, I'm in the car driving and I'm talking. People stay for those. They just skip the muscle. Yeah, if I'm exercising and lifting weights, then people are not as interested on that. So, which is fine. I mean, yeah, I like watching people exercise though. I mean, I'm curious as to why people skip because when I watch other YouTubers, I like them. I like seeing them exercising. There's people I follow just because of their workouts. Like there's this girl, and I say girl because she's young. She's 20, I think she's 24. She could be my daughter. My son is 19. She could be my daughter. Um, she runs as well, so she shows herself running sometimes. But primarily, she goes to the gym and she does the like come to the gym with me and full body routine, make up upper body. So and I like watching her like exercising, which is probably I don't know. Somebody could write like a PhD research, a thesis on this, on why an almost 50-year-old woman is watching videos like that. Um, I'm sure I'm not the only one. So it's just, I like seeing people exercising. So I have to take kids to school during the times you're working at. Oh my God. How many kids do you have, Jess? If you don't mind sharing with us. I don't know if that's something that some people are not. And if you don't want to share, that's fine. I could go back and rewatch them when I get back, but I forget. We don't have unlimited time. I totally understand. Like sometimes I appreciate so much when I don't have anything to do, which is rare. But when I'm just taking a cup of coffee and I'm like, let me catch up on YouTube videos, and I feel so, I don't know, like blessed in a way. It's like, oh my God, I have time to catch up on people that I haven't watched a video from. And so, oh my God, that is incredible. How many kids do you have? Like, you have 5 grandchildren. How many kids? That is so awesome. I am so ready to be a grandmother. Like, when I say this, my husband actually is like, no, I'm not ready to be a grandfather. I am ready to be a grandmother. Like, I mean, obviously, my son is 19. So, and people tend to have kids later in life these days. But I am so ready. Like, I would love to have boy or girl, take them to the movies, as an excuse to watch the Disney movies that I can't watch by myself because that would be weird. And then just take them to Disney, take a day off from work and take them to Six Flags or something, or like to the amusement park, to the zoo. Oh, I've been spending so much money just on that. Might stop running just to be able to take my kids, my grandkids somewhere. So you have 4 grown kids over the age of 30. Yeah. That's awesome though. I so here's the conundrum. I'm ready to be a grandmother, but I don't know that I'm ready for my son to live in a different house full time. I don't know that I'm ready for that. I When he's away, I have a really hard time. And I've always had a hard time. Like I miss him so much. It's yeah, I don't know. Does that happen to you, Jess? Since you went through it obviously already. Was that your experience in the beginning? Like, if he got, if, finishes college, goes, finds a job, and then maybe moves to another city. Oh my God, that would be, yeah, to me, that would be a challenge. Because when he was at Penn State, I was like going every other weekend to see him. Just to take him out to lunch and then I would drive 3 hours and a half, take him out to lunch and come back 3 hours and a half. So, yeah, sometimes I needed that, like, I need to see him. So, yeah, I don't know if it's like that for everybody. It's possible their parents don't feel that need. They're more. Um, I am definitely very Spanish that way because in Spain, families are very tight. Oh, Deborah's asking me a good question. Will you do a marathon in Spain? I would love to do the marathon in Madrid, actually. I would do Valencia, but it's very hard to get into Valencia. Valencia's in December. I would do it. I would do it. Like if Valencia called me and said you want to run it, it's past, but I would do it. It's past. Is it this weekend? I think it's no, it's not. It's in December. Valencia's in December, so it's in like 4 weeks. If they called me and said, "Hey, you want a bib?" I would run it even this year. I would toughen it up. But yeah, if I had to like pay out of pocket, plan for it, and just do it, and face that I might not be able to do another one in Spain because of the cost of having to fly and all that, I would pick Madrid. I would not do Valencia. Now, if I had the opportunity, unlimited opportunity to do all of them, I would do Madrid and I would do Valencia. But my first shot, my first would be Madrid. Yeah. Valencia is real flat. Madrid is very hilly. Madrid is a very hard marathon. Madrid is hillier than New York City. It's hard. It's a hard marathon. But Valencia is super flat. Valencia is super flat. It's next to the ocean. It's perfect weather in December when they do it. That's why it's so fast. Valencia has a cutoff of 5 hours 30. So there's a lot of people who run New York City, for example, could not run Valencia. Madrid has a cutoff too. I think it's 6 hours actually. But no, Madrid is very, very hilly. Madrid is hilly. Madrid is 600 feet, 600 meters over the sea level. So it's in altitude. Not super high, but it's altitude. Madrid has a lot of challenges for running there. And when I go there and I run, I definitely feel it. Like you can feel the altitude making you, you know, you have to work really hard. Yeah, it's not like running in Denver, for example. Running Denver is much worse because it's 1 mile high. But 600 meters is, I don't know. Someone maybe can make the calculation. How much 600 meters? How many feet? Because Madrid is on a flat, like not on a flat. Madrid is on a plane. Okay, but that plane is 600 feet high. And then within that plane, there's hills. So, and you even go through areas that's cobblestones. So it's a lot of fun. Madrid Marathon is a lot of fun. So my brother's saying Madrid has 6 hours, so you have to finish before 6 hours, and Valencia is 5.5. So yeah, they give you a little bit of wiggle room with Madrid because they know it's harder, but it's gotta. My brother ran the Madrid half. So how many meters of accumulated, like incline? Do you remember? ¿Cuántos metros de? ¿Cuál es la acumulación? O de la elevación acumulada. I can't speak Spanish. Because I know he did really well in the half, but he knew it was going to be. Even in my parents' neighborhood, there's this. So when I go there and I stay at my parents, my brother and I ran on this route that goes to a park, a regional park. So it's nice. You go through city for a little bit, but then you're pretty quickly into this park. And as you go to the park, you go down, and then when you have to come back, it's like so steep. And the first time, I don't know. I think the first time we ran there together, I could tell he was used to it because he was like going really like pushing, and I was like, I can't do this. I'm gonna have to walk. So I walked. He passed. He kept going. So yeah, Madrid has a lot of hills, and I can't think of any. Like the first race I ever run was in Madrid. It's a 10K. My brother says he doesn't remember how much was the accumulated elevation in Madrid half marathon, but his legs thought it was a lot of elevation. Yeah. Yeah, and in Madrid, one year we went in the summer, and my brother and I went to the mountains, and we ran on this like hiking trail. So much so that I have this chat on WhatsApp with my friends from college, and we've been friends obviously forever. So if I'm gonna be 50, since I was 18, we've been friends all that time. So we have this chat and we chat with each other. So a few of them are runners and like cyclists and hike a lot. And I mean, people in Spain tend to be very active generally, like most people are active. So I asked, I said, hey, what do you guys think of, my brother and I wanted to run this trail, which is called La Morcuera. We're going to run this. How long do you think it would take us? It's 6 miles. Can we do it going up and then going down? And everybody was like, you're insane. You can't do it. Like, it's going to take you, like, it's inclined, like really inclined. So we did 6 miles and it took us like I think it was 2:20. And we were running, like we were, well, running, like shuffling. I mean, it's all like an incline. So we did well. I mean, it was considering, I thought we did really well. Okay, I'm gonna check that I did not miss anybody posting anything. Joe didn't say anything else about, I don't know if you're still around, Joe. If you heard me, I asked you if when you're gonna go get your bib. So if you're still around, let me know when you're gonna get your bib. Or post it on the comments later if you watch this later. I don't think I missed any comments. Yep, and we're almost going on the top of the hour here, 3 p.m. Yeah, let me know, guys, what's your next like goal? Like if you have a race, or let me know when that race is and like kind of your goal, what you're thinking for that race. And if it's PRing fun, I'm all for that. So, oh, another thing I wanted to share. So for Philadelphia half, my friends, so Lynn and Jennifer, they signed up for Philadelphia half as well. And we are going to, after the half, we're going to go grab lunch for my birthday. So I'm super, super excited about that. Like super excited. And they actually, they mentioned it. They said, hey, we should take you out to lunch. So we're going to go get lunch. Lynn got an Airbnb, and it's supposed to be like really close to the finish and start line. So we're gonna go take a shower to her Airbnb and then pretty up ourselves and then go have lunch. And they asked me, where would you like to go? And I said, whatever, obviously being with them is just good enough for me. So, but whatever they want to go, I'm game. I'm not picky with food, and I'm just happy to spend time with them. So whatever they want to go. Hopefully they decided on something already. Because I could see us the morning of the half marathon saying, so where are we going? And then of course there's going to be a lot of people. So I probably should ping them and say, did we make a reservation somewhere, anywhere? Because it's going to be tough to get, to be able to get food. The marathon majors are all lottery now, but many casual or non-runners get in for promotions, etc. People call them selfish for taking a spot for serious runner. What's your opinion on that? So, okay. So it depends, I guess. I don't know why how each person is getting their bib. The way that I was gonna get the bib for New York City, for example, was leftover bibs. So it was not like they were saving a bib for me. No, it was just when they print the bibs at the end of the day, if there's one left, or there's no one left. But there's people who don't go pick up the bibs. They're not gonna run it, so they might have. I mean, I don't know who on earth in their sane minds pay for a New York City Marathon and then don't show up to get the bib. But that was the deal that I had. If there's a bib left at the end of the day that someone didn't pick up, we'll save it for you. So I was not taking the space of anybody. It was just a leftover bib. So if that is the case, if they are running a race with a leftover bib, I would say it's left over. So it's something that's there. No one's going to use it. So in my mind, I think that's fair. Taking the spot of someone, I just don't know if it's just, I don't know. I feel torn about that. I don't know because how many people are getting bibs taking spots of other runners? Is it 20 or is it thousands? If it's thousands, then I don't feel is ethical because then it's a lot of people taking the spots of regular runners. If it's, they're reserving 10 bibs for people, I don't think 10 is enough in the big scheme of things. Like how many people run Chicago, for example? Now, if you ask me about Boston, Boston is a different thing because you can only do it in two different ways. You do it if you qualify, or you do it if you raise funds. Giving the bibs to someone who doesn't run the time and hasn't raised the money, I think to me that's an ethical issue. To me, particularly with Boston. Now, with other races, I don't know. I think it's individual. I think it depends on the race. Tokyo is also very hard to get into. But I don't know that any of these races have, like they're reserving a huge amount of bibs for influencers, so to speak. I don't think they're doing that. But, like the people, now that we're talking about this, the people from Peloton, I know some of them got bibs like pretty last minute for to run the New York City Marathon. So that's because they can talk about it. It gives more, it's PR for the New York City Marathon. So that's why they got the bid. So I think the Grace misplays the organizers seem to allocate bibs to companies like Strava who invite influencers. Right. So I do know there's an influencer I follow. Her name is Holly something. Oh, I forgot her last name. She's British. And she got a bib through Strava. So, but again, if New York City Marathon gives bibs to Strava and then Strava gives them away, the first, the company that's giving them away is New York City Marathon. So, yeah, I don't know. To be honest with you, I just don't know enough to make a decision. Like, for example, I get a bib and it was a complimentary bib because for the bib for New York City, even though it was a leftover bib, they would have had me pay for it like $350 to pay for the bib, even though it was a leftover bib that someone had paid for. They would have cashed again with me. So I would have had to pay for it. But for example, Atlantic City Half, they give me the bib. The race was already closed. Nobody else could sign up. They were sold out, but they gave me a bib, complimentary bib. I didn't take it from anybody. See what I mean? It was just a bib that I guess because there's always wiggle room. They know that there's people who are not going to run it at the end. So, oh, look at this. We took your advice and took the ferry. It was epic. The ferries were attacked, guys. I would not do bus. I would do the ferry. You get phenomenal pictures. You can use the bathrooms. You're hanging out with other runners. There's a lot of space. I mean, it doesn't compare to the bus. And you have to take the bus anyway. So once you're on Staten Island, you have to take the bus again. So why do you want to be? No, the ferry is where it's at. It's a party. And the year that I did it, I don't know if they were like the volunteers had cases of water, so they were coming with water around. It was so nice. It was so much nicer, and you can see it all together. Like you can, we were in a big group of people. We were like 25, 30 people. We were all talking to each other because it's not like in a bus where you only have the person next to you. You can sit, across from each other. I would take the bib if I got it. Being denied the other three times already. Yeah, I was denied through the lottery. God, four times I think. And then when I got it, it was through 9+1. So I did the only one time I ran it was through 9+1. Now again, if I had gotten the bib, I would have paid for it and run it. But it would have been a leftover bib. It's a bib that someone did not pick up. So. Oh, what's up? What's up? Hi, Ryan. How are you? Long time no see. Man, what's going on with you? You're super active on TikTok, but I don't know if YouTube stopped showing me your videos or maybe you stopped uploading because YouTube is funky with the algorithm. Sometimes it just goes in a roll and keeps showing. But on TikTok, I know you're on TikTok a lot. So how's the doggy? Your dog is so cute. He's probably great company. Yes, long time. I know. Yeah. So Deborah, yeah, if someone offers you a bib, it's hard to say no to one of the majors. But to me, so there's a whole debate too with the majors around around the tour operators, which is a whole other. So, for example, New York City Marathon does the lottery, and that's the lottery. So, if my brother in Spain, for example, wanted to do the lottery, he could put in to the lottery. He's probably not going to get in because it's like 8% of the people get a bid. So, they reserved New York City Marathon sells bids to tour operators in Europe and Asia, and those companies are making a bazillion amount of dollars selling those bibs in Europe. I mean, I have a friend who paid $1,500 for the bib and got it. So that's a huge markup. But it's because the tour operators get the bibs from, again, the New York City Marathon. And then, so obviously it's a business. It is a business. And New York City, the New York Road Runners have a lot of money. It's a company that makes a lot of money. They give back too. So to their credit, they're very, they give to charity a lot of money. They have Team for Kids is one of the charities that they actually own and run. So, it's a good, it's better than other races. Um, but I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm torn. I think the whole thing is a business. All of them are a business. So that's why sometimes, to me, I get very excited when I run an Atlantic City half marathon or Atlantic City marathon because it's a small. It's like 2,000 runners. It's a woman and her husband. I actually don't know if they're married. Her partner. They run the whole show. They do it really well. I don't know. I get excited because those people are doing it with very minimal support. So, and I'm not taking it away. Like obviously, organizing New York City Marathon, it's probably it's very hard because it's a huge city with a lot of logistically it's a nightmare. But I get excited supporting smaller races because they work very hard too. And they might even be working harder. So that's right. People want to run the New York City Marathon so much they're happy to pay. Yeah, it's the same thing. Like I really want to do the majors, but Tokyo is super hard to get into. My friends Jennifer and Lynn, they got in with a tour operator. They're running it, I think, next year. Yes, they're running it next year. I don't think they got in for 2025. They're running for 2024. And they're paying a small fortune. I think they're paying like with well everything, but it's a secured bib. It's gonna run them like for 4 days, like 6 grand. It's insane. It's a lot of money. Like running is a very elitist sport, and I don't think we realize it. There's this I read somewhere that the income of the average subscriber to Runner's World is higher, the yearly income, than the subscriber to Forbes magazine. And Forbes magazine is a financial magazine. It talks about the economy and stocks and banks and it's financial news. So, but if you're a subscriber to Runner's World, you're making more money as an average subscriber than the person who subscribed to Forbes. So, I've done 14, only two majors. Which two majors I've done? So I know not New York City. Which other two have done? Most do their best for runners. I think New York City Marathon does a great job. So, but again, it's a business. You can't blame. I don't think you can blame them for wanting to make money. They could charge a lot more money and still have people put in for the lottery. I mean, they charge $350. They could charge a lot more. They could charge $500 and people would still pay, and they don't do it. So, yeah. Bev is saying, I haven't seen you for ages because I've been training my arse off. I'm running a huge big adventure. I'm almost finished and still trying to work when I have to. What are you running? A huge big adventure? Are you doing St. James Way or something? I want to do St. James Way. Like that's my dream. Oh, so you've done Chicago and London. So I want to do Chicago. I would love to do Chicago. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The lottery was now like they putting in for the lottery for Chicago was now. London is as hard to get into as New York City. So, and London is like London is expensive to get to, and the whole city is expensive, and I don't know. I would love to do the majors, but there are so many other things that I want to do, but I don't know that I will ever do them, to be honest. Like if I have to like set aside money for one thing or another, I don't know. To me, for example, running comrades would be higher on my list than doing the majors. Yeah, it's harder, but I think it would be more of an adventure. Yeah. So, Beth, what are you running? There's a very famous hiking trail, 600. The entire Ile-de-France region surrounded by Paris have almost finished running the entire trail. Oh wow! How long is it taking you? How long is it taking you to run the 600 kilometers? Are you doing it on consecutive days or are you taking breaks? Like now I have all sorts of questions. I think all the majors are now lottery, so that on Berlin's like Berlin is a lottery, but it's not hard to get into. It's I think it's like 60% chance of getting in. So if you don't get in 1 year, I mean in 3 years you're gonna get in. But New York City, you could put in. My friend Ginger has put in 8 times, I think, and she's never gotten in. So I told her do the 9+1. I did it. It's a sacrifice because we don't live super close to New York City. You have to do 9 races in New York and volunteer for one. Um, and it's a lot of money because obviously it's 9 races and you have to drive to New York or sleep over in New York, depending on how far you are. For me, I drove in and out for the 9+1. So it's a commitment, but that was I really wanted to run New York City, and that was the only way because again I think I put in I don't know if it was 3 years or 4 years, and I didn't get in, so I was like, okay, screw this, I'm gonna do the 9+1. So and then Tokyo is a lottery as well, although you could qualify, but it's like super tough to qualify because I think it's like crazy times. Um, and Boston you can only qualify, you can't you there's not even a lottery. Which in my mind, I think Boston should have a small number of bips for lottery, even if it's just like 3,000, but they should have a lottery because then you're giving, otherwise, it's like either you qualify or you raise $6,000 or something, for a charity. And a lot of people can't, they don't have the friendships and like family, and they don't work for large companies that are going to match whatever they donate. So it's hard to raise $6,000 in my mind. I mean, $6,000 is a lot of money. You put your credit card against it, and then they charge you. I mean, it's just insane. About 2 months. Okay, cool. I have training plus the gym plus work, so I do it when I can. Usually 3-4 days per week. That is so nice, though. I didn't know this existed. What's the name of the trail? I would love to do St. James Way, and St. James Way is, well, St. James Way is probably 600 kilometers. People usually do it in like 30 days. An Irish friend of mine got into New York by running the virtual New York last year. That's another option. I forgot about that. Yeah. Which gave him an automatic entry this year. He explains how he did it on his YouTube channel. Old Man Runner. So the problem with the virtual is that, well, you pay for it. You pay like 100, I think it's $150. It's another way to cash in money. Um, you pay for the virtual, but they have a small amount of entries. So I think it's like 3,000 entries or something. So you could get in through the virtual marathon. You have to pay, and 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 getting in is not easy either. And that's first come first serve. So when they open up the registration, they go. Whoever gets them gets them. The trail is called La Grande Randonnée. Numéro un. How's my French? I haven't spoken French in so long. Yeah, my My first husband was French, actually, so that's why my French is kind of there. But I haven't spoken in a very, very long time. He was from Paris. Yeah. Okay, my brother actually Googled the accumulation of the half marathon in Madrid, and it's 175 meters. The whole marathon in New York City is 238. So, but the marathon in Madrid is 400. So the marathon in Madrid is much harder than the marathon in New York. The marathon in New York is 238 meters. Madrid is 400. So it's much, much harder. I can't even imagine. So see, that's why if I have to do one, that's the one that I would do. Then just say, okay, tick, I ran a marathon in Spain. I ran the hardest of all. Oh, thank you. I think that's the answer. I want to think that's the answer to the question when I say, how's my French? Is it good? Oh man. Okay, guys, I see a lot of people just log in. I put in the time for, I posted a poll on the channel, which I've been doing lately. There is a Madrid off the list. I knew it was crazy hard. I just didn't know that it was harder than New York City. And it's possible because in New York City, they're all like in the second half. It's possible in Madrid, they're more distributed, though. So, because New York City, the really difficulty of New York City is that they're all after the 17 miles after that, or maybe no 15 miles till the end is when you get all the hills. Oh, Paris is 550 meters. They just did the Marathon de Cognac today, and it was 330 meters. Man, see, you're ready. Where I run is so fat, like so flat. I am lucky if I have in the whole week 60 meters of elevation. And it's under, like, it's not, it's under the sea level, which I didn't know. My Garmin, when I got this Garmin, I could measure the elevation. We are like 2 meters, I think, below sea level. So it's very easy for me to run around here, basically. And yeah. Hi, Laurie. How are you? What's your next race? Oh my God, look at this. Baby saying the Marathon du Cognac had cognac in the aid stations. That's, I, I've tried cognac. That's not my thing. There's not a race in France that's they give you wine at the aid stations. I would be game for that. They gave me wine. That has to be a blast, especially because in France, I don't want to diminish any other, wine, countries that also make good wine. But I find that in France, it's very hard to find a wine that's not good. So, yeah. Your neighborhood looks so nice for running. It is a really nice neighborhood. I can't complain. It is a nice. I am. If we had to move from this neighborhood, I would miss running here because it's super safe, huge streets. I mean, it's super nice. Yeah, so I can't complain, and it's nice. Yeah, running Rebel Big Bear Marathon in 2 years. Oh, so you're planning ahead. I like this. I'm always like, what can I sign up for? And I sign up kind of last minute. You're planning way ahead. That's awesome. Yes, indeed. Wine. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, can you imagine the 5 and 6 hour finishers? They took, yeah, I would be one of those. I can already tell you, I would not go for time. That's when I run Disney Marathon or when we run the Disney Hub, it's like, why are we running? Like, let's just, we don't need to go fast because, you're paying so much money. You might as well just stretch it. But in this case, they're giving you the wine. Oh man, that would be, yeah. Space Coast. Oh, you've run this. Do you run it every year, Laurie? Because I know you run Space Coast often. Oh, I have to text Susan. Yes, I have to text her. You should do the Marathon du Médoc. this is the one that I actually interviewed when I had my podcast. I interviewed a guy who had done a lot of crazy, like very unique races. He did this one, the Marathon de Medoc, and he said he was like at the back of the pack, and people were like drunk. He was like, there were people that were like zigzagging. He said in the interview that he stopped. He thought he had crossed the finish line and he stopped because he thought he was there, but he wasn't. So someone told him, hey, you need to keep going. You didn't finish yet. That's how much wine he drank. That's too funny. Disney races, yes. Yeah. Disney races are different to any other race, really, I think, in the world. And for better or worse, we have very unique races available to runners. So there's a race for everybody. Like really, like depending on who you are as a person and what you enjoy, you have your race. You can find a race that fits you and your personality. Yes, I did Marathon de Medoc virtual during COVID, but definitely intend to do it. So one of the things my husband and I want to do is retire in Spain. We're still far from retirement, and who knows if I'll be able to keep running. Hopefully I can. Um, but if I'm one of those people who can run at 65, that's gonna be my like. I'm gonna open up the map and say, okay, we have races in these places. I want to do all of them and put pins on a map. Like that would be nice because from Madrid to Paris is. I'm from Madrid. Madrid to Paris is 10 hours driving. So I could, you know, it's. I mean, you can't do it in a day, but they were saying she has to leave. I'm sorry. Nice chat. I like that. I can relate to you. See you later. Thank you so much for saying that because that's what gives me energy. Seeing that people relate to what I do. So, I mean, I was going to say something, but then I thought it's not true. Not all runners are the same. So, I mean, we're all runners, and people say the running community is fantastic. I disagree. Like I think most runners are nice, but some runners are not that nice. I have encountered a few of them. So, okay, let's plan to run Marathon du Médoc in 2038. Oh my God, is that like 15 years from now? Oh my God, you're right. Holy smokes. 2038, you're right. And now I'm putting it in perspective. That's like kind of far. Hopefully, we can do it sooner. Maybe we can retire sooner than 65. 10 hours. You have a left foot? No, it's actually going by the limit. The speed limit is 10 hours for Madrid and not stopping. I mean, if you have to stop to pee and eat and all that. So, but yeah, it's 10 hours. We did it. I did it once when my son was 10 months old. And I think it took us, with a baby, obviously you have to stop a lot. I think it took us 16 hours, but we had to stop. Yes, 2038 because I'm going to be 50. So if it's by the time I retire, 65, 15 years from today. So yeah, 2038. She made the math super quick. Yeah. So hopefully we don't have to wait that long. Yeah. And Carol is my age. So hopefully. Are you going to go back to France? Because Carol is in the United States. She's like me. She's in the United States, but she wasn't born in the United States. So when you retire, Carol, are you gonna go back home, or are you gonna? We've never spoken. We've never talked about this actually. Or are you gonna go back to France? I think it's you have the option. Well, for me, it would be nice to be in both, like split your time in between both. But I don't know if monetarily that would make sense. Um, It probably actually does monetarily because then you pay taxes. Because taxes affect where you live most of the time. So if you keep it 6 months in each place, it probably is good for your taxes. Um, But obviously, Spain has huge benefits to retiring there. So Bev is an Australian living in France. Nice. So would you retire in Australia or in France, Bev? This is a good question. This is a whole other YouTube video, guys. And Carol is saying either going back to France or Canada. I hear you. I like Canada as a country. Like I like Canada. I like I like how, but here's why I like it. I like it because it's very European. So maybe that's not the right reason to like it. But Toronto, for example, it has that European feel to it. And obviously, healthcare is a huge draw to me. Like knowing that you can get sick and not have to declare bankruptcy if it hits you the wrong way. Like if you don't have, I don't know, I know people who have to declare bankruptcy. So, so yeah, you know, to me, Madrid is good weather, great transportation. It's in a great place to travel, great airport. In 1 hour, you're in Paris in a plane. In 2 hours, you're in Rome. In 3 hours, you're in Berlin. I mean, you could. It's so convenient. So when you're retired, if you have the budget to travel, it's much more convenient to be there than it is to be here because then everything is a hike. So, so Bev is saying, I'm 61, so we'll definitely do Medoc before 2038. Yes, so you can do it in 2027 if you want to, or even next year. It's a good question with climate change. Australia is getting very hot and running out of water. Same thing with Spain, but Madrid has water. Madrid has a lot of water, so Spain too, for that matter. Yeah, but places in Spain. Madrid is not running out of water. Oh, thank you. Madrid is one of my favorite cities. Madrid is an easy city to live in. Like everything is easy in Madrid. Like as a matter of fact, when I moved here, I've been here 17 years now. Like this month, my 17th year anniversary in this country. And that was the thing that to me was the hardest, how complicated life is in the United States as opposed to, I think, generally in Europe, but in Spain life is very easy. Like you go do paperwork with the government, you get it done in the morning off, you don't have to wait for anything. Like here, you want your passport, you wait 6 weeks to get your passport. If it's a renewal, if it's a new passport, you could wait 6 months to get your passport. Whereas in Spain, you get it in the moment. You go to the office with a picture and your papers, and they give you your passport that moment. So, and a lot of stuff is that way. It's like you get it in the moment because they have your data anyway. Like the government knows who you are. So why do they have to check like six? Why do you have to wait? I don't understand that. And like getting approved for like a credit card, it's so much easier. Everything is super easy. Yeah. And they check you. It's not like they're not checking you. They check you. But everything is like super streamlined in terms of process. So yeah. So I remember when I went to get my social security number here, I was like, we have to wait 2 months to get the number? It's a card with a number. Like, to me, that's mind blowing because they know who you are. Like, they approved me to get into the country. They gave me a visa to get into the country. They gave me my green card. Like, they know who I am. Why do they have to wait so long to get a number? So, yeah. Okay, guys. So we've been talking for an hour and a half almost. And I'm going to let you go and continue your day. It was a pleasure to chat with you. I love these chats. And to me, being a YouTuber, I'm always like, maybe no one will show up. So I'm so glad people actually showed up and wanted to chat because I love chatting with you guys. And if I could, I would love to do like a Zoom call. That would be so nice. So I don't know. Maybe I'll put a poll on the channel. Maybe we can do a Zoom call. It would not be on the channel. unless I save it and then post it on the channel. But we could just see each other's faces and have like a happy hour or something. That would be so nice, I think, from my perspective, because then you can see my face, but I don't see yours, and I would love to see your faces. So then if I see you at races, I can actually recognize you. Bev is saying, so nice to catch you this evening. Usually I'm just too busy or too hungry or exhausted. All everything at the same time. I hear you. And you're doing a huge challenge. I mean, 600 kilometers, it's a lot. Okay, guys, I love you. Thank you for showing up. I'll see you on the next live stream, and there's a lot of videos coming up. So don't forget to sign up to subscribe to the other channel. I run things too. I love you guys. Run fearless.